Hey guys, it's Heinzie. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're brand new to this channel, please smash that subscribe button. It really helps us grow this awesome channel now. The Gridsy session has come and gone. We had an amazing chat, of course, with Grid and also with Loki from RSG, absolute superstar. Thank you so much for joining us, man. It was an absolute pleasure to have you with us as always. But we had a lot to talk about. We had Territory Wars to talk about. We had Relic 9 to talk about. Really cool discussions and our thoughts on it. So I thought we'd upload it for anyone that missed it. We film these, of course, live on Twitch. Galactic Legend Heinzie, that's where you want to go. Pretty simple. We'll be doing GAC, obviously, when they're on during the week. And we'll be doing the Gridsy session again next week. It's always a heck of a lot of fun. Enjoy the chat, guys. And yeah, let us know in your thoughts, the comments below. Let us know what you think about what we discussed or any changes that you'd like made so far. Enjoy. So, guys, it's been, man, haven't they thrown the kitchen sink at us this week, fellas? Grid, I want to talk to you first, man. We're right now a couple of hours recording this live on Twitch right now. We've just turned up to start a territory war with well, there's only one word for it, a ton more teams we need to set on defense, and we need for attack
that came out
as
of
well.
nowhere.
Dude, your thoughts. I want to get your opinion, especially about this, Grid, because I know that obviously your community, your alliance, WWL, We With Lives, is generally quite a casual approach to territory war. Generally,
Yes.
Has that now changed with the new changes to the reward structure? Are you looking at maybe setting up a new, a little bit more active TW focus type guild, or are you still going to stay as you are and just roll with it? I'm curious on your opinion about this, to be honest.
In one word,
Yep.
no.
Cool. Awesome.
And the slightly longer explanation is we're shifting some people around to make sure that we all kind of hit that threshold of getting those R9 materials, and then we're continuing on. Which I know is I feel like some people might be out there like, wait, I was expecting a Grid rage about this or that and whatnot, but no. And I don't want to dive in too much if we talk about the topic later on about R9s in general.
Yeah, which we will.
Yes. So basically, not to dive into that topic too much. Basically, the difference is from it's the same conversation that we've had before. From first to second place in territory wars was not that big of a difference. Prior to all of these changes, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't that big of a difference. It was a little bit of gears, is like one or two zetas, whatever it was. Not that big of a difference. Nobody cared enough to care enough to actually put your best into territory wars. So we just said, just have fun, man. Turn it into a sandbox, play around with it, have fun.
Yeah.
And at this moment, we're in the same place of, are the differences that dramatic between first and second place? Not that dramatic.
Well,
so let's just, let's play, do what you got to do. If we win, great. It's a cherry on top. Otherwise, collect your free rewards and let's keeping on with life.
I like it.
So that's kind of what we're doing.
I expect you to be a little bit more vocal about this. I'm not going to lie. Especially the gulf and the difference between first place and second place is enormous. If you're getting this material, it really is. I mean, you have to lose 19 territory wars to get the same as you can if you win 6, if I'm right. So that's a big difference. I'm not going to lie. And for some guilds that are geared up, that again you have quite a real laissez-faire approach is probably the best way to put it. And there's nothing wrong with that, of course. I mean that's everyone plays the game different. There's no rule. But all of a sudden, territory wars has become a lot more important to a lot of guilds, and this is going to cause, I believe, a lot of problems from a recruiting standpoint. I think that's a player retention. That to me, Grid's a bigger issue, isn't it?
Yeah, and I will say, like, we've shifted some stuff within the alliance. We're shifting some players around to take territory wars a little bit more serious. So we've kind of shifted from a guaranteed second place to like a guaranteed second place and that'd be cool if we take first place, to a little bit more like, oh, that'd be cool if we took first place, to, all right, that's okay, we took second place. That's kind of how we shifted. So we have shifted some players around for people who take territory wars a little bit more serious. And I know the difference is there, but that then goes into, and again, I don't want to dive into it too much because we're going to talk about Relic 9s, but the long story short of Relic 9s don't make the biggest difference in the world for some of your characters. So it's still not really worth as much time and effort as some people will put into territory wars. And I don't give, like, I'm sorry, you're going to have to bleep this. Okay. I don't give a about this like pride shit about winning territory wars. I don't care, dude. Are you kidding me? Congratulations, you won. I don't care. I have way more important things to do than care about this this guild battle. I don't care.
Yeah, fair
Go
enough.
ahead. Congratulations, you win. Yep. I don't care.
Fair enough. No,
so
it's cool. Yeah.
If the boost of Relic 9 was a little bit higher, we probably would have been like, ooh, let's really gun for Relic 9 in territory wars. But since the boost is for the most part, and again, I'm reserving some of my comments until we talk about Relic 9 specifically, aren't that dramatic, we're not going to change too much.
Fair enough.
Enjoy the game, play the game. If you win, awesome. Do your best. Still play as much as you can.
Yeah.
But if you lose, great. We still get Relic 9 materials, and we're still going to be doing our best to relic up some of our characters as quick as we can. And
I like it.
That's kind of what it's about.
No, that's a good take, and that's why I wanted your opinion on, obviously, your take on it. I mean, again, you're one of the leading people in that alliance, mate. You are the leader of that alliance. Let's be honest. You're the focal point of it. So a lot of people, even in your community and outside, will be really, really curious on your opinion on that. So it's good to know. I really appreciate it. Yeah. Loki, you're a different animal. More along the lines of me. Obviously, you're in Core Patrol, and you guys take it super seriously. Obviously, the biggest GP guild in the game, let's be honest. And you guys certainly throw everything at territory wars. You'd be pretty happy with where you're at the moment with this reward structure, being where you are right now. But what do you think might be the fallout effect, if any, for everyone else out there, Loki? I'm curious.
I don't know yet. I mean, I don't want to lose because you only get one mat, especially in our bracket, right? So I want to win so I can get 5 mats, right? The arrow magnifiers, the gearbox, and all that. So I mean, all of that is sounding pretty good right now. And I mean, I'm in a territory war focused guild, so I mean, to us, it's I think right now, I'm feeling like GAC is my territory war sandbox. That's how I feel right now. Because the rewards in GAC are shit compared to territory war. That's why I take it. And the gear, that's why Conquest, everybody was, I feel like when they started putting tunes and they started putting mod slicing materials, they started putting really good rewards in Conquest, I feel like the community was a little more upset because it was a little more grindy, harder to get, that materials. And I feel like they're shifting some of that now to territory war. And this is the first round of it where we're going to taste it.
Yep.
And so far they threw Relic 9 in there, and it's gotten a lot of the upper end guilds thinking, and I know, Grid said earlier, we're going to talk about Relic 9 specifically, but thinking forward, what happens if and when they throw tunes in territory war, because they could do that too. And again, I don't know what's happening, honestly, but it feels like what they're trying to do now, and my hat's off to CG for this, is they are taking an existing game mode that they probably have, they already invested time in this game mode in 2017, right?
Yeah.
And I feel happy because I've been in territory war focused guilds my entire Swuggo career, I guess, if you want to call it that. But I feel like it's a step in the right direction, because now with the challenge Rancor, when they came out with that, right, we broke that thing in a couple of days. When you're fighting top end guilds in Division 23, you are fighting scaled bosses on the weekly, right? Because everybody's working on their rosters, everybody's getting the new toys, everybody's getting mods. So I feel like it's a step in the right direction because they're taking an existing game mode that kind of scales itself. Maw, Shadowlands, Paw Patrol. We're all going to be the end bosses for other guilds.
Yeah.
And we're going to continue to grind and work on it. So hats off to CG for actually now recognizing that this is a sustainable game mode.
Yeah.
For the future, I think. And who knows what the hell they're going to do going forward. But it just feels like they're not done yet, and they can continue putting better rewards in this thing. And then everybody will get motivated to kind of get a little more serious, with it.
Yeah, so. I agree. I think, we've been getting our Zeta mats and we've been getting a couple of Omegas, and that's been it. And that's been the case for years. I think that definitely, for a lot of people, and you're right, Grid, obviously, you don't, you're not too fussed about territory war, but there's a lot of people that really love the guild comradeship of going head to head against, not necessarily the top guys, but just want to really, show, some sort of unity. I think some of the best parts of this game are guild events. I 100%. That's where everyone comes together. You do your own thing, you do your own GAC, and you perform really well, on your own one-on-one. But a lot of people do like getting a social group of friends together or guildmates together and going head to head against another group and testing yourself. I mean, that's what it's about. It's a test of your guild's capability and rosters, and that's the way it's been designed from the get-go. Some people like it. A lot of people hate it. Totally understand. But up until now, the rewards have really, let's be honest, made it pretty irrelevant. It really has. So if you want the good gear coming, you got to earn it. And that's the case with anything, isn't it? Let's be fair. I mean, challenge, rank, or pit. If you want the aero magnifiers up until now, you got to earn that stuff. You've got to get everyone together. You got to coordinate, and you got to make that happen. This I see is no different. And I personally don't have a problem with it. My guild's got to set, and the same as Loki, we got to set 50 teams in every zone. It's 50.
Yeah, we're at 37, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, we got to set 50 teams in every zone, and even for and Loki, I mean, that's nothing to sneeze at, is it? I mean, we got some pretty deep rosters, but mate, when you're talking 50 per zone, that's 50 you got to attack as well on the other side, and Loki, I don't know about you guys, but I know that there's a lot of territory war officers out there that have been pulling their hair out for the last 48 hours trying to work out, how to get their head around it and decode it, haven't they? I don't know what yours have been doing, but I know ours have been doing that.
And again, like, and don't get me wrong, I have gripes about this game mode too, the way they did it, and the big one is obviously we still have the same 24-hour out window to fight, right?
Yeah.
They didn't increase, so they doubled the map but kept it still 24 hours. Which is just a big kick in the nuts to the officers in the guild. So hats off to them, man. I mean you're talking 48 hours to plan this. I think they had less than 24 hours to plan this.
Yeah, true. I was probably being generous.
It's, I don't know, dude. I mean, so here's the deal, right? And I've we talked to other guilds. Like I talked to the guys from Japan Alliance, right? And the problem with them is, a lot of them are asleep when territory war starts, right?
don't get me started.
Imagine they have to zerg, pretty much when everybody wakes up in assumedly the majority of them are in Japan.
Yeah.
And I think, territory war starts, was it 11 a.m. like Pacific time, US?
Yeah.
Which is.
Yeah, they got like lunch break.
Yeah.
It's just like, can send it quick.
they're going to bed, I think, at 11 a.m. my time, and then they wake up at 5 p.m. my time.
Yeah.
And that's already 6 hours into territory war. So they're literally at 18 hours. Because it's 50 per zone, man. Like, I don't think 50 guys are going to be up. 50 players are not going to be up at 2 a.m. to take down one wall, right?
Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
And that's what it is now. Is you got to get all 50 players in your guild, or you got to prepare to have somebody take out 2 teams. Which it's a big problem, man. So I like what they did. I'm sure. Hopefully they change something with this, but man, 24 hours to fight 500 teams in Div 23 is ridiculous. So, yeah, I don't know how you feel about that, Hangs. I don't know if you
it's
thought about
pretty
it that
simple.
way, but it's just
mate,
it-
you
it's
don't have
crazy,
to.
man.
Okay, Loki, you don't need to talk to me about time zones, mate, in this game. Let's be honest.
Exactly.
Okay?
You get that.
One thing you don't need to talk to me about is time zones.
Oh my goodness.
I'm in Australia, and when Territory War opens up, attack phase opens up, it's 4 a.m. local time, in my time, when it opens. I don't even look at the game for 3 hours before I even wake up, okay? So, honestly, and, you know, sometimes I might get up, set the alarm and jump in if I really need to, but I've got to get up at 4 a.m. to attack if it's needed. That's ridiculous, right? Now, on the flip side, when it gets to the end, you know, like, if I stay up till 1 a.m. and I'm a night owl anyway, if I stay up to 1 or 2 a.m., right, I'm still short of when the phase finishes. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's still 2 more hours, even if I'm a night owl, that I'm gone. I'm out. I'm done. I'm cooked. So I need to try and coordinate my teams in that 24-hour thing. And, yeah, all of a sudden we've got to hit more. That it definitely is a squeeze. And it hurts a lot of the Asia-Pacific as a time zone, 100%. Yeah. And that's me being selfish for Asia-Pacific down here. US guys, doesn't worry you too much. Good on you. Very happy for you. But yeah, maybe changing it to the same sort of time zone, at least as a minimum, as a phase in territory battles, the 36 hours. We're kind of used to that. That gives a bit more flexibility. Would that work? I think that would be fair. Loki, do you think that would be right, or longer? Like 36 I see is okay, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I was actually just going to say 2 days because you don't want to drag it out that far. Or maybe you shorten the setup phase and then you give that rest of that time to the attack phase. I don't know, because you also don't want to drag it out too far because then it screws up the cadence of the week, right?
Yeah, true.
And I get that, you know, but do we really need a 24-hour setup phase? I don't know. Maybe we don't, because then we can rob time from that end to put it into attack. I don't know, you know.
Well, there's
it's going to be weird. Okay, you know, it's going to be weird this time around.
So what if they stretched it out over 2 territory wars and gave you double rewards?
I'd be down.
Why do we need 2 territory wars? What if we just do 1 every window?
It's a possibility, yeah.
And just,
look, the less territory wars, the better, in my opinion. So I'm down. Give me double rewards with half the territory wars, sure.
Yeah,
the game I don't enjoy it anyway.
I'm just thinking out loud. 36 hours setup. Right, so 24-hour sign-up or something, 36-hour setup, 36-hour attack. Still equals the same amount as 2 territory wars, doesn't it? Unless I'm wrong.
And you need, what, 48?
Just double the rewards. Problem solved.
Yeah, double the time, double the rewards. Sure.
Yep. And that way you can spread it out and everyone can have a real crack at it. I think that makes more sense to me. And you still get...
I do not, Weens. Shut up. I don't suck at PvP. Do you see me in GAC, sir?
You're not wailing hard enough if you sleep. Sleep's overrated in this game, 100%. So that's a whole different story. We're just looking at chat at the same time. But guys, let's move on from territory wars. For those watching on YouTube later, let us know in the comments below. Certainly what you think about wars and what should and shouldn't be done. Love to know. Look, let's talk Relic 9, fellas. That's the other big thing this week. We're not going to talk Conquest because that's been done to death. I don't think anyone wants to talk about Conquest any longer. They just want to finish it. So we're not going to talk about that. But Loki, Relic 9, we talked about this and we did a pretty cool video together during the week as well about the best ranked Galactic Legends to Relic 9 first. That was a really, really cool video. But dude, how have you seen the fallout since Relic 9 dropped? Because it caught a lot of people by surprise. We knew it was coming. We did know it was coming. I don't think anyone expected for it to come this week, unless I'm wrong.
I think a lot of people didn't realize it was coming in Territory War. That was the big one, right?
Yeah,
so
true.
A couple of things got dropped pretty hard on the community. No, I mean, I think they're sticking to their schedule. We're fourth quarter now into the year. They need to hit some goals, and this is what it's doing. They released the $150 pack, or the $50 times 3 pack.
Yep.
To get some of that revenue, and it is what it is. So, that Relic 9 video was cool. I also agreed with you, and I ended up doing my Jedi Master Luke too, which is a no-brainer.
I knew you would. I had this
It's a
feeling you were going
no-brainer.
to.
It's just a no-brainer.
It is.
Yeah.
Grid, Relic 9, brother. What are you thinking about Relic 9? I haven't spoken to you about it. Obviously, Loki and I have spoken in the video, but your thoughts on Relic 9 and the timing and overall. As you said, that there's not a huge scaling difference. It's not going to make a huge difference to a lot of characters, only certain characters. So we've got to be very, very careful on what we do with it. Otherwise, it's wasted. But, dude, your thoughts overall with Relic 9? Let rip, brother. I haven't spoken to you yet.
Yeah, no, overall, here's what I would say. For anybody who's like, oh my God, Relic 9 just showed up. Me personally, what I would say to you is don't stress. I've fought against Relic 9 teams in my arena and in GAC, 100% the exact same. I'm not stressed about Relic 9s. Me personally, I will get Relic 9s whenever I get them. They are geared towards like tanks.
Yeah.
Right. We notice that neither attackers nor supports are getting the significant boost that tanks are getting. But comparatively speaking, that boost for tanks is, look, I'm going to be honest, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Relic 9 is not a big deal. Do not stress. This is me personally speaking. Don't stress about Relic 9s. Get them whenever you get them. The boost of like, what is it, like 30,000 or something like that in total health and protection?
Some up to 40.
For some of these characters that we're seeing. I don't give bleep it. I don't give a fuck about that. When my JMK or my Commander Tano is hitting for 1 million plus, I don't care about your 20,000 protection. Are you kidding me? That does nothing for me. I don't care at all about that. And so for me, I don't really care, which weirdly is both a good and bad thing, because I know there's a lot of people in the community that sometimes have complained about having this, the boost that we have from, what was it, Relic 6 to then 7 to then 8 to then 9. We're like, oh my God, there's so much stuff going on. I can't keep up with this. The gear crunch. Congratulations. You now have a gear boost from Relic 8 to Relic 9 that is almost insignificant. The big number that I will say, and I don't know if you guys have caught on to this or not, or if you guys have seen it, I'm sure you have. The big number that I was most disappointed about was actually the armor boost. A lot of those characters, their armor boost, if we're talking about tanks, I like my health and protection boost, but significantly on top of that, or conjoined with it, I want an armor boost. That's why like 5s is such a really good tank if you use him in the tank role, is because his armor normally sits around that 60 to 70% armor. Same with GK. He has this really high armor percentage, which mitigates the incoming damage. Congratulations. Thanks. You gave me 20,000 protection, 30,000 total health and protection. What does that do for somebody who's hitting 1 million? Nothing. I don't care about that. But if you were to give me a boost from like 6% armor to like 9% or 10% armor on top of this protection health boost, then I'd be like, whoa, okay, my tank is actually getting a boost, but a little bit of health and protection, that doesn't do anything.
Not worth it.
So my personal opinion, I would say don't stress that much about Relic 9. Get it when you get it. I have not seen any difference. I do the exact same thing. There's this guy in my arena shard he's the whale of whales. Every single time something new shows up, he has it the same day. So he already has his entire JMK arena team is now in. Everybody is Relic, or not everybody. Sorry. Was it 1, 2 people, whatever it is? They're already Relic 9, and it's the exact same fight.
Yeah.
It has not changed a single thing. Does JML get a big boost? Yeah. I'd say put it on JML, put it on your tanks, put it on your fleet commanders, whoever it is. But ultimately, I'd say don't stress too much about it, man. The boost from Relic 8 to Relic 9 is almost insignificant. So just keep doing your thing. Don't stress too much, man. You'll still beat them, no problem. I promise. You'll be okay.
Enough. Absolutely. Loki,
that's kind of where I'm at.
Loki, your thoughts overall? Same sort of thing, man. The boost isn't enormous. Is it enough Is it enough, or should some of the attackers maybe get a little bit more love on the Relic 9 front, or are you happy just to leave it as it is? I'm curious.
No, I mean I guess so. I have a different outlook on what Grid has, simply because I'm just in a different place in the game. I'm in a different bracket, and if I notice with like JML, if you use JML to counter Ray, it's just you survive that. You survive more ultimates, in my opinion. At least mine do. And Heinze, you know this. Like in our bracket, we face relegate Ray teams. I mean, just crazy mods. I agree with Grid to a certain extent, but then when you start seeing some crazy, like we're seeing Lord Vader now, right? Like Lord Vader is just a monster in our division. And Relic 9, right now you're seeing the Vader timeout teams, right? You're seeing Lord Vader with like 3 or 4 tanks. Everybody's modded to the ears with defense. With like relegate roll guard right now, I think you're almost seeing him at like, I don't know, 85% armor at this point. Then you drop Relic 9 on him, he could get to close to 90% armor, and that dude doesn't die, and he just heals the team and times you out. So I agree that Relic 9 is really catered to those kinds of tanks, and maybe tanks are going to make a comeback like that, right? Because what we're seeing now is like health mods are shit at this point for us.
Yep.
It's all about defense, defense mods, protection primaries, no speed, right? I mean, you saw my Jedi Knight Guardian. She might come off the bench tonight when I'm fighting pills. But, no speed, right? No speed, 123,000 protection, close to 80% armor on this girl. And she's better than GK and JMK team, at least in our bracket. So that I can move I can move GK somewhere else, right?
Yeah.
But the point of this is like, I just don't think Relic 9 hasn't been out it long enough to really feel its potential. Like I mentioned Lord Vader, if you have all Relic 9 tanks and that dude takes all their mastery away, that Lord Vader is not going to die. I don't care what JMK team you throw at it, it will time out. Even you put healing immunity on him, you ain't killing him. That's how I feel. That's how I lost like last week in GAC. The mods, I think Relic 9 on the right tunes with a different setup now for tanks is the future, and it's coming, and I'm seeing it. And I have to farm stupid mods now with no speed, but that's what it is, man.
We're so used to farming speed for such a long time, aren't we? That now it's a case of now
I
we need
haven't
to farm everything.
I haven't farmed anything but speed my entire Swogo career.
Yeah.
And my roster shows it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But now it's like, even offense, everybody's like, oh, push offense. I'm like, nah, it's all right. Because speed is still the king. It is what it is. But now you're starting to see them no speed. I mean, remember it started with Nest, right? The tenacity, no speed kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then now it's like defense set with protection percentage primary and flat protection, defense percentage secondary. Like, I mean, it's all the stupid mods that we were selling, and it just shines more with the Relic 9 stuff. So
100%.
Do you remember?
It's weird.
I'm curious. Do you remember there was a very brief moment, and by brief I mean I think it was like a week total. There was a brief moment where CG said they reworked defense and how defense interacted with a kit, and there was about 1 week where they got it wrong. They got it wrong, and defense was insane. And that was during the time, if anybody played it, if anybody was playing Swigo at the time, Fives was unkillable. Yeah, his Omega was bugged, so he not only, like right now he will double tap if the person already has speed down. Then it was Fives attack twice, even if on the first attack he inflicted speed down. And then his defense was skyrocketed. I don't know what they changed it to. I don't remember at the time, but I just remember if you put Fives in your arena team, you won. And I thought it was interesting at the time. It was one of the first times I remember like talking to people of like, wow, like tanks actually do something. Defense actually does something. Tanks actually do something. And I was okay with that because like I come from a world where like if you guys remember the MMO RuneScape,
Yep.
I played the crap out of RuneScape. I loved that game. And I loved that the true rock, paper, scissors sort of mechanic of if you guys don't know the game, it doesn't really matter, but mages beat warriors, warriors beat rangers, and rangers beat mages. And so regardless of what decision you decided to choose based off of how you wanted to play the game, you would beat someone and have weakness to somebody else. That's how it went. And I feel like something that we've only very briefly touched on in Swigo has been a rock, paper, scissors mechanic of like an attacker will beat a support with other people will beat tanks, and tanks with other people can handle the barrage of attackers or whatever it is. I don't know. But I don't like that tanks have been neglected so much. And now they're like, here's Relic 9, your tanks are cool. And I'm like, not really.
Yeah.
Like a little bit, but like I would have liked to seen a significant higher boost in health protection, defense, crit avoidance, all of that get looped into one. If that's what we're talking about, if there are going to be individual relic levels that are dedicated to a certain person, hey, that'd annoy me a little bit because I'm like, oh, if I want to boost my attacker, I'll go R1 to R7. Stop.
Yeah.
But then if I want to tank, I have to go R1 to R9. That's going to be ridiculous. But okay, I guess we'll have to do that. Anyways, I think I guess my point is for the most common player, I don't know if Relic 9 is going to make a big difference for you guys. I really don't. Relic 1 to 7, huge. Relic 7 to Relic 8, I mean, it's kind of cool. And then Relic 8 to 9, you're like, oh, like SOKR, useless. Don't take him to Relic 9.
No need.
Don't do that.
There's no need.
You get like what, 200 physical damage or something?
Yeah.
JML. Yeah, go for it. You know, he's cool.
Yeah.
But I wish the tanks got just a little bit more love. Just give them a little bit more something. Because right now, even in JMK mirror matches, they are literally not a factor. You could put in freaking Mace Windu? Like you don't need GK. Put in Mace Windu. Put in Clone Wars Chewie. Yeah. I don't care. The dude starts with taunt. Commander Ahsoka Tano instantly kills him and defeats him, and then you have 4 attackers versus 4 attackers.
Yeah,
that's where we're at right now, right?
Yeah.
And even with Lord Vader in Royal Guard, somebody was doing the math in my patrons where they could get their Royal Guard to it was like 500,000 health or something like that.
Yeah,
the dude's going to take a long time to kill. But you can do the same thing with Commander Tano. Stack up that force leap ability, do all the attacks out of turn, all that good fun stuff, and boom, drop 1 million damage. I don't care if you have 500,000 health. I'll drop 1 million damage on you and kill you.
Fair enough. So
I think there's still this balance that needs to be addressed, and a little bit of I just feel like it needs to be addressed. What purpose do tanks actually serve? They've always been, distracting and taking attention away from your attackers and letting your attackers do what they do. I just feel like tanks could get a little bit more love.
They're not quite done. They're not quite done.
Exactly. Yeah. And maybe this is just the start. Maybe they're going to be like, here's Relic 10, and we still give a boost to tanks and still a little bit more love to attackers, but this is still mostly about tanks. I don't know. But I feel like that difference for the majority of players, Relic 8 to Relic 9 is still going to be pretty irrelevant for most people.
Yeah.
Loki, you're at what, 8 million GP?
Oh, I'm almost 9, aren't you?
Oh, me? No,
Almost
I'm like 9.4, I think, 9.5.
Oh
right now.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I am not taking away what you are experiencing. That is just there's a smaller percentage of people who are in that like 8 to 9 million GP range that are going to notice the difference. And myself, I just crossed 7 million, and people who are down below in that 5, 6, 4, 3, whatever million GP. I don't know if you're going to see a big change in Relic 9.
Yeah.
I don't know personally. Relic 8. Yeah. Relic 7. Yeah. Relic 9. I don't know.
Yeah. The only thing I just want to add is, we haven't seen Maul yet, which is, and I don't want to pull Maul out of my pocket.
Yeah, that is a big. But
I mean,
thing.
so so like what I'm envisioning, and Heinzie, this goes back to our video, was we threw Lord Vader at 2.
Yeah,
I think
2
is what we did.
Yeah, we did number 2.
Seriously, I want to upgrade that dude to like 1, and I'll tell you why. Because when you start seeing Relic 9 RG, Relic 9 LV, Relic 9 Stormtrooper, like Relic 9 Short Trooper, right? Relic 9, they're going to get a crap load of mastery. LV's going to get mastery. Maul's going to increase cooldowns. We saw in Gom's video that Cat didn't even get a turn.
Yeah.
Again, assuming you're using GMK Cat to try and beat this LV team, right?
Yeah.
I'm dreading that, man, to tell you the truth.
It's going to be rough.
And to, just to add to what Grid said, I mean, on our, in our bracket, Heinzie, if we see a bunch of Relic 9 tanks on different teams, I mean, I'm dreading fighting any of those teams without a JMK Cat, honestly. Because
that is fair.
We just won't see him. What are we gonna do with Relic 9 5s? And then he gets sacrificed, and all that stat sharing is gonna boost up the clones. I segued into that because I peeked at my territory war or my GAC map, and Pills got stuck on my gas team. So a little bit of a jab to my homie, but
we love our boy Pills.
I'm not looking forward to Relic 9 5s, man, honestly. And even my Relic 7, Relic 8 CLS team might have problems with that team. I don't know.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's going to be interesting because we are talking at the time of this recording, whoever's watching it, at the time of this recording, Relic 9 came out, like a couple of days ago. And right now it's only been in packs. And realistically, we're waiting, like another couple of months, I think it is, until you can Relic 9 another person outside of packs just from Territory Wars. Like the cadence of how often you're going to be able to Relic 9 a character is going to take such a long time. It's going to be, I mean, we're talking like a year plus until we really see a significant difference in who's getting Relic 9. Because like right now in the video that you guys made was awesome. You're talking about who to Relic 9 first. That's an important distinguishment because we're probably going to see those people get Relic 9 first. Same thing with like, Arnold and Cubs and Ian, all these people are going to make this like Relic 9 these people first. And the majority of them are going to be tanks and fleet commanders. You're going to see JML, you're going to see Piet, you're going to see Fives, you're going to see the normal people who are going to get Relic 9 first. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see realistically, like a year, year plus of who's going to Relic 9 some interesting, unique, kind of different character and see how that interacts with their kit and how that changes things and how you fight, just like Fives. I mean, Fives is a tank, but like if you accidentally trigger, a 5 sacrifice, you're like, oh God, and then all of a sudden your entire team gets supercharged with all those stats, which already before is pretty cool. But now at Relic 9, you're going like, dear God, that is so much health and protection and defense and all that stuff. Yeah. It'll be really interesting to see. We're doing our best right now to kind of like think about what's going to happen in the coming months, but it'll be really interesting to see what actually happens in the coming months and year of what Relic 9 actually does. Absolutely. I think that'll be really interesting to see.
Your opinion straight up. 2 options. Go hard on Relic 9 or spread your characters going harder and making sure you got more Relic 8s in your roster. Which one are you going to do? Let everyone know out there what your opinion is. Loki, you go first, brother. Straight up answer. Nice and easy.
Why not both? No, I'm just kidding, man.
Relic 8 priority or get them up to Relic 9?
El Paso girl.
Yeah. You need the resources to do both. That's the point. You need to make this decision.
Yeah, I know. I'm
right?
a fucker,
because there's no reduced amount of resources to get to 9. You need all the Relic 8 stuff plus 9 to do it. So you're going to have to make a decision which way to go.
Yeah. So to answer your question, again, I'm going to refer back to to the video you posted. Great video. It really had me thinking that night. It was super late, but I was super thinking. JML, I think, is good. And then for me personally, I'm actually going to go for the whole LV team. So I'm going to go probably Relic 9, everybody on that team I can.
Yep.
And then to your point, I almost want to say you want to bank maybe 1 or 2 Relic 9s because the next round of requirements for something might have Relic 9 in them, and you don't want to get caught with your pants down.
Yes.
So I would be cognizant on, what's going on in the game, what's releasing, what we think is going to happen. And I would even say just bank Relic 8, Relic 9 at the moment. Only do the Relic 8s if you have to unlock something like Executor, a Galactic Legend, something like that. But to Grid's point, which I agree with, is majority of them are fine at Relic 7. I would play it like that. I don't think there's anybody 100% you have to take the Relic 8. I'll share a little secret with you guys. So a bunch of my fleet guys in my shard went with the Relic 9 Piet. He's actually easier to beat with a Relic 8 fleet. So I'll leave that there.
Interesting.
Because CG fixed the cleansing, because the cleansing was broken for about 3 weeks, where the bounty hunters weren't cleansing themselves with the abilities. It is now 100% fixed. It is back to normal. And a higher Relic bounty hunter fleet is actually a lot easier to beat with a lower Relic bounty hunter fleet. Now, mind you, you need a 7-star Executor. You need Relic 8 Piet. Obviously, you can't get Executor without Relic 8 Piet, but you need the 7-star ship. But I feel foolish, and I hope CG's listening to this. I relicated my Razor Crest, and I'm at the point I have to take mods off my Razor Crest to actually beat a Relic 7.
Oh, interesting.
Ooh,
yeah,
ouch.
so spoiler alert, don't relic your Executor as high if you don't have to.
Interesting.
Cad Bane is fine. I think you need a Relic 8 Cad Bane, but the Razor Crests in my fleet arena drop me hard when they're like Relic 7 slower. And the reason, so again, I don't want to just take up all this time,
No,
but
it's
what's
fine.
happening is
it's good.
Yeah, I mean, this is great.
So the faster Executor fleet pukes out all their abilities, and then your slower Executor fleet, Razor Crest, whatever, cleanses themselves, right? And then you puke all your abilities on them,
and they stick.
So now they're stuck with the debuffs, and you're nice and clean. And you can easily take them out on offense with
you can
lower
get the
relic.
Death Star out quicker.
So I, everybody, like a few people in my fleet chart are like, I want a refund for Relic 8 BAM, because Relic 9 BAM is, you're foolish if you do that. Do not do that. Don't, even in my opinion right now, after, again, Heinze got me thinking on this. I actually credit Heinze on this.
It's about time I came in handy. I'm smart, guys. Loki said I'm smart. Are you hearing this out there,
serious,
everyone?
man. I was going to do Piet as my number 1, but lo and behold, I don't care if my opponent has a faster Piet, because I can either 2-3 shot it with the 2-step, 3-step counter, or I can mirror it and I'm perfectly fine. So, I would be cautious on who you relegate as a pilot, or I'm sorry, Relic 9 as a pilot for now. I'll just leave that there.
No, fair enough. Absolutely. And Grid, your opinion, I think I kind of know the answer you're going to run with already. So I'm thinking you're probably going to say focus more on Relic 8, 7 and 8 than 9 as a priority.
Yep, 100%. The only Relic 8s, I have only picked one Relic 8 of my own will, and that was SLKR, because at the time he was so good on the Crancor. That's it. Otherwise, all of my Relic 8s are because of GL requirements, for example, JMK.
Yep.
Otherwise, the majority of my Relic materials are going to get put into boosting up the majority of my roster through that Relic 1 through Relic 7 area.
Yep.
The difference from 7 to 8 and 7 to 9, and especially 8 to 9, is so insignificant for the most part to me that I could not in good conscience tell anybody, just go for it. Go Relic 9 these people. Yeah. If you are just sitting in money and you can just buy all this stuff, or you just have all of these resources sitting there, sure, drop a Relic 9 on JML, drop a Relic 9 on Fives, drop a Relic 9 on Lord Vader or Royal Guard. Absolutely. I would not fault you for that. But if you're asking for my personal opinion, yeah, I would say focus on getting your roster in that Relic 1 through 7 area, and then just kind of chill.
Fair enough.
Those differences, I mean, we're talking like for anybody who follows any like professional sports, the difference between first and second place for the majority, like if you look at like Olympians, right? Just follow me for a second. The difference in most Olympians is, I mean, if we're looking at like some of the swimming, world records, is sometimes a difference of hundreds of seconds.
Yeah.
Not even like a second or two. We're talking like 0.1 seconds.
Yep.
It is so insignificantly small. The people up there notice the difference. They need to.
Yeah.
But for someone who's just swimming in a pool, you don't care if you're 3 or 3.2 seconds on the lap.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter to you.
Still
You're
gonna
just
get the
swimming.
job done. Yeah.
Just do your thing, man. Have a good time. Play the game. Go from Relic 1. I would say Relic 1 to Relic 7. That's huge.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, seeing a Relic 7, you know, SLKR and JMK and all that good stuff. Absolutely. And especially like Relic 5, because Relic 5 is where you need characters. That's where they have to be
That's when
at
it
to put
steps
them
up.
into the Cran Core.
Yeah, that's when it steps up. Yeah.
Absolutely. Go for Relic 5. Use those materials, I would say, in a better way and lifting up the majority of your roster. You will, in my personal opinion, you will see a better benefit of lifting up a majority of your roster rather than lifting up a couple of people to Relic 9.